Hi, I'm back to continue our author study on Laura Numeroff. Don't forget, if you enjoy these read alouds, to hit subscribe so you get notifications whenever new read alouds or instructional videos are released. So, all the Laura Numeroff stories that we've done so far were very similar in that they were all circle stories. However, the story began, it also came back around and ended very much the same. Today I'm going to read you another book by Laura Numeroff that's a totally different writing style. This one is called Laura Numeroff's 10-Step Guide to Living with Your Monster. Do any of you live with monsters? I don't, so I don't think I'll need this book, but just in case I read it. Step 1, buying your monster. When choosing a monster, do not pick one who grabs you and starts to eat your shirt. That almost sounds like what goats do. Pick the monster who can play the banjo and tie his own shoes. Good tip. Step 2, taking your monster to the vet. On the way home, be sure to get your monster a checkup. Hold his hand and make sure he gets a lollipop. Do not give him green lollipops. Give those to your dad. Why do you think they say to give the green ones to his dad? Do you think that maybe the green ones are his favorite? Step 3, naming your monster. When you get home, you'll want to give your monster a name. Give him one that everyone in the family likes. You don't want to call him Hercules when your sister calls him Fluffy. Some good monster names are Ed, Bob, and Biff. If you had a monster, what would you name your monster? Step 4, feeding your monster. Monsters eat a lot. That does not surprise me. To save time, it might be easier for your family to move next door to a pet store. Then you don't have to keep making trips. Your monster will also need a water dish. But look how big he is. So is he using a regular water dish like your cat or dog would use? No, he has to use a whole bathtub. Step 5, playing with your monster. Do not play fetch with your monster. Save this for your dog or for your little brother. Because instead of throwing like a stick for your dog, look what the monster comes back with. A whole tree, roots and all. Set up a hoop for your monster to jump through. Make sure the hoop is bigger than your monster. Don't want him getting stuck in there. Step 6, going places with your monster. Take your monster for a drive and stop at all the gas stations along the way. Monsters love to buy gum. This monster sounds like my son. Step 7, training your monster. Ooh, I wonder if that's hard to do. Teach your monster to sit. Say, sit! This may take some time. Well, technically, he's in a chair, but I don't think that's how the little boy intended him to sit. Step 8, singing with your monster. Oh, this would be my favorite part. Monsters love country and western music. Yee-haw! Step 9, grooming your monster. Get your monster used to brushing his teeth. This won't be easy. Give your monster a bubble bath every month. Now, if you remember, the monster had to use the bathtub for his drinking bowl. So the monster's probably not going to fit in the bathtub. So he has to go in a big pool, and to wash him, he's using a gigantic brush, like one you would use around the house. Step 10, putting your monster to bed. Always read your monster a bedtime story. That helps my son fall asleep. Do not tell your monster to count sheep, because counting sheep will make him hungry. Tuck him in, turn out his light, and give him a big kiss goodnight. So what do you think? Would you want a pet monster? Or do you think that they might be too much work?